guys, how are you doing today? I hope you are doing wonderful and fantastic and amazing. And I know I messed it up, but I'm really nervous because I am filming in what I'm wearing. But okay, there's a reason why I'm filming in what I'm wearing. I am going to Gardeners with my best friend later this week, and I needed to unhaul some books. But I wanted to have my friend Catherine. She is the head librarian at the high school that I work at, and I play D&D, Erin and I do, every other week with her and her husband and groups of friends, and I wanted her to be able to pick some books from the books that I'm unhauling. And I realized that we have to go to D&D tonight, and I wanted to dress up as my character. I am a halfling bard, and I thought that it would be funny and fantastic, and then I realized that I had to also film my unhaul because I knew that you guys would want to see it, and you'd be super salty if I just gave books away but didn't explain like why I'm unhauling things. So that's my outfit. I'm a halfling bard, as you can see. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into some unhauls because I have like 5 stacks behind me and I want to make sure that I get through them. I will explain why I am unhauling the book. Most of these books I haven't even read, which is part of the reason. And then the other part is they're one-time reads for me. So, without further ado, let's get into this. You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. I've been reading a lot of personal development books lately, and I read this one. I did really like it. I did highlight through it my favorite parts, things like that. Watching someone else totally go for it can be incredibly upsetting to a person who's spent a lifetime building a solid case for why they themselves can't. It's just a way to, like, you know, make yourself, pump yourself up. You are a badass. It was good. I liked it, but I want someone else to enjoy it. I have the Kiss Quotient. This is my first hot, steamy romance in a really long time. Again, I enjoyed it. I talked about it, but it's not something that I'm going to reread, and I want to make sure that somebody else can. I bought Leah on the Offbeat, which is a it is a teenage book, or young adult. That's the word I'm looking for. Young adult book. I didn't read it, but I did read Love, Simon, which I really enjoyed, but then I bought this whenever there was like a huge discount off of them. But it's been on my shelf for a really long time, and I haven't actually picked it up, and I'd rather someone at the high school be able to read it, a kid who would really enjoy this. After that, I have another professional development book, Girl Boss by Sophia Amoroso. I actually haven't read this one. I heard that it was amazing, but I don't know. For some reason, I haven't wanted to gravitate toward it again, and I know that there's someone else out there who really wants this book and could really benefit from it. I have The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. You guys know I loved it. It was great. I really enjoyed it, and it's now time for someone else to enjoy it. Most of the time I'm only going to keep cozies or books that really shaped the way that I am and the way that I think. This is a short, hot romance read, and I don't necessarily need it on my bookshelf anymore. So I'm going to make sure that somebody else can enjoy it. Let's get the next stack of books. Ugh, the rest of these are hardbacks. So, a lot of the books that I am unhauling are my Book of the Month Club Pick books. I have suspended my Book of the Month subscription for the next 3 months, mostly because I have realized that even though it's $14.99 a month, that's still $14.99 a month, and I have probably read 3 or 4 out of the 2.5 years of Book of the Month that I have actually ordered, and I don't like that ratio. I want to see if maybe I could get through the books that I have now, and then maybe see if I could pick it up later. But one that I haven't read, it was Well Met. I liked the idea of the romance, but I wasn't, again, it was one book that I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. It says a laugh out loud romantic comedy debut where a little flirtation between sworn enemies proves that all is fair in love and war. It's actually a Shakespearean sort of book, which kind of makes sense for what I'm wearing right now. But I am unhauling this one. Watch Me Disappear. This was a Page Habit book club, or like unboxing. I really liked Page Habit because they have the author go through and explain on little post-it notes why they chose what they did, and like how they came across that story arc and things like that. I really liked that about Page Habit, so I highly recommend getting Page Habit. You also get a little bitty like bookish knickknacks and things that are really cool. Here is a hardback copy of The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. It's a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. It was okay. I liked it all right. I didn't like it as much as You're a Badass. I felt like it was kind of, I mean, it really was the counterintuitive approach to living a good life. It was basically like how to be not so, like how to be like kind of douchey. But it was all right. Thinking back on it now, I don't give it as high marks as I did before. And then I've got The Bride Test, which is the second book to The Kiss Quotient. I started reading it. I actually got to page 53, but for some reason I just couldn't continue on it. I sort of got stumped on it. It wasn't pulling me as much as The Kiss Quotient, which makes me sad, but still I don't want it on my shelf if I'm not going to read it. Ugh. My arm is stuck. Hold on. I don't understand how people wore these things like all the time with the frilly arms and stuff. All right, the next book that I'm unhauling is Again But Better. This is by Christina Riccio. She is a booktuber as well. She's one of the OG booktubers. I enjoyed the book. It was all right. But I know for a fact that I'm never going to read it again. If you're someone who is in your early to late 20s, like I am, you'll get a lot of the things that she's referencing in this book. If you're younger, you might not, and if you're older, you probably won't either. I have Sourdough by Robin Sloan. This has been on my TBR, I'm not even joking, since September of 2017, and I have not picked up this book. That's saying something, guys. Like, I need to read what I have before I go and buy a million more. This one I'm not keeping. Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is a young adult. This is the YA Book of the Month Club. They wanted me to be a affiliate, and I was for a little while, and I'm not anymore, and I know that the high schoolers would really appreciate this book more than I would. The next one I have is Fashion Victim. I don't know why I chose this one, but I did. But someone else will enjoy it. We've got Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. This looks like a historical romance. A daring Oxford rebel takes on a powerful duke in a love story that threatens to upend the British social order. It's a historical fiction based in 1879. Again, it looks really cute, but again, I'm not reading it. For Better and Worse, this is by Margot Hunt, and it was the perfect marriage until everything went wrong. It's sort of like a thriller, I believe. I really liked the cover. It was really, really cool. But again, this was my November of 2018. Oh, that other one was September of 2017. So that was 2 years ago. And then this one is 2018. So this was a year ago. And I still haven't picked it up. And then the last one is Naomi Novik's Spinning Silver. This is a fantasy. And I think that there will be someone else who really, really, really enjoys it other than me. All right, last stack. I've got Charlene Harris, Dead and Gone. This is my last Charlene Harris book that I need to unhaul. And I loved Charlene Harris, and I loved paranormal romances and different things like that, but that's no longer what I like to read. And so I know that somebody else will really, really enjoy this. One Day in December. This is another Book of the Month Club pick, and it just looks like a perfect like cozy romance read, and it looked really good. When Dimple Met Rishi. I bought this whenever the hype was going on about When Dimple Met Rishi, but I never actually picked it up and read it. So I want to give it to a teenager who will actually enjoy the book. And then last but not least is Sleeping Giants by Sylvan Nouvelle. I actually got this book as a gift in something, and I really liked the cover. It's so awesome. Like, part of me wants to keep it just for aesthetic purposes, but I didn't enjoy the book very much at all, and so even though it is a cool freaking book, and I know that Bookstagram aesthetic Courtney really wants to keep it, I shouldn't keep something that I know that I'm not going to go get the next in the series, or that I didn't actually enjoy. It should go to someone else who is going to enjoy it. That's how I feel about all of these books. They are good books. They're just not calling to me right now, and I want to make sure that the books that are on my TBR are actual books that I feel a draw to read. So yeah, that is my pretty big unhaul. I haven't done an unhaul in a while, but I feel better not having so many books staring at me on a shelf, telling me that I'm a bad person because I haven't read them, because that's kind of how I feel. So let me know. Do you guys unhaul very often? Do you hoard books, like keep them forever, even if you didn't like them? I'd like to know. Tell me what your process is for sort of dwindling books that you don't necessarily need to keep on your shelf. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye!